Hi guys, rachybop here. Today with an Animal Crossing New Horizons video. I really wanted to do like monthly check-ins and it's been almost a month since I got this. I got it when the Coral Switch Lite became available in the UK. I'm really glad I held out for that because it's so beautiful, such a great decision. And Animal Crossing is the only game I've got on it. It's the only game I bought it for and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Best decision ever. It's been an incredible companion during lockdown and I'm really enjoying building my island up and getting tips from you guys, and I really appreciate all the help that you've given me as well. For anyone who has assisted me in my Animal Crossing journey. So this is me moving in and going through all the process. I'm just going to be sharing videos and photos in this video so you can see my progression of my island. Judge if you want to and leave tips if you want to as well. That's all fine. I do now have a direction for my island and I'm trying not to be too influenced by seeing other people's islands. I don't want to copy anyone or take it in any specific way. I kind of just want colour schemes and nice areas. Anyway, so yeah, we started off in the town square. It was all very nice. It felt very cultish initially, sleeping in a tent, just meeting around fire and things, and initially it struck me how expensive things were going to be. I'm there with 0 bells and this guy wants to charge me 49,800 bells, and I was like, oh my goodness. But then it only gets worse from there. So but there are really good ways to make bells and it's all very fun going out and fishing and things. I don't tend to spend too much time fishing and catching bugs unless there's an incentive to do so or I see something new. And I spend a lot of time being stung by wasps, but I did manage to catch one you will see later on, thanks to seeing a little tip that Phantom dropped about catching them with a net. So I did manage to do that. I don't manage to do it, I'm not really super fast with my net every time, but I did manage to do it a little bit. I find there's so many great picture opportunities with this game. Like, I took so many pictures early on because I just couldn't help myself. It's so pretty and it just gives you that feeling of being in that place. And also like the weather, I think the weather is reactive to what's currently going on in the world. I'm not sure if that's true. It seems to be an exaggerated version, but it's like that in Pokemon Go as well, so I'm not entirely sure about that. I try not to look up too much because I quite like to just experience it. So I got a new tree going on here, and oh, she's just so cute. I did end up chopping down, oh, so cute. Did end up chopping down a lot of trees and rearranging things and replanting things, and I tried to adapt my outfit every day. I think her fashion sense probably gets worse through this progression, but there we go. There's my little seahorse, thought that was cute, and the dad joke that accompanies that. There's so many dad jokes in this. Shooting the gifts is really fun. I'm enjoying that. I'm getting better at that, thank goodness. And just looking really, oh, so cute. Oh, goodness me. I've managed to find boots and cans and tyres in the sea. And I haven't really checked in on this. I kind of just leave it. I don't know if there's any benefit to actually looking at what you've caught until you've got them all, maybe. I don't know. Did put a microphone outside and I found Cobb singing on it, and that's like super cute, but I do realise I see them singing a lot around town. Initially I had spiders, like tarantulas, on my island as well, which ran at me before I could catch them in the net, but I haven't seen them since. I've had more scorpions than anything. There's also a surprising amount of photos with her eyes closed. She's just too true to real life. So many cute photo opportunities. I did catch a spider that just horrifies me, but there we go. I also had to sleep one night with all the bugs and things in my tent while I was waiting for the museum to be built, I think it was. So I didn't actually have a museum at this point, but I was making sure I didn't sell them all. I got a fish over our head. He's like, oh my god, are you serious? Again, another pretty bad fashion choice, but I just had to wear it. These were things that were just falling from the sky at this point. As Leaf selling me some things. I think that was the first time they'd appeared on my island. Digging up fossils, again, eyes closed. Just so many pictures I've just taken because she just looks so cute. It's just so cute. I mean, that would make an incredible desktop In fact, maybe I'll make that my desktop wallpaper. It's so cute. Flower crowns. I'm all about flower crowns. I still need to get some white and something else tulips. I've got the red ones because I've got a recipe or DIY, whatever. Is there a difference for a flower crown with tulips? But I don't have all the colours of the tulips. Maybe waiting for Leaf to get those in. Okay, then we had the story of the duck. I can't remember his name. He washed up. I couldn't get him to do anything the first time. They washed up the other side and I could, but I just wanted to take a picture so it looked like I'd killed him with a shovel. And there she is with a big smile on her face. Shooting stars. Again, thanks to Phantom for telling me what to do about these. I did have Celeste recently on my island and she told me, but at this point I had no idea. So it was really cool to be able to look up, press A, and then have all the fallen star pieces on my island the next morning. I still haven't had any large star pieces. I need them because I have the wand recipe, DIY, whatever. Still see the dead duck there, but we'll get there. And that's really the nice thing about it. While it is quite a repetitive game in places, on one night when there was shooting stars, it was just such a beautiful night, so eventful. My residents were being really involved and lovely, and it was just a really cute time. It's just me taking photos with the shooting stars. It's all very sad. So this is where I've actually got my house, on this little piece of land. If you have this island, you might be familiar, but that is where you can see in the map down below where I've got everything and how that progresses throughout these screens and videos. You can see there I've got the owl and the notice board. I didn't realise when you have a bird on there you need to check it. It's literally been like that for most of the month. And it was only recently when I posted my Cassetify review on my blog and it had a picture of my phone with the screensaver with the bird in the background. My iPhone lock screen is a screenshot of the game and it had the bird on the notice board in the background. And Stephen, thank you so much for telling me that that's why the bird is there. There is a notification, and there was, and it was about May Day, and luckily I did know that was going on, but I did not see the notification for that at all. I finished off paying my home loan, yippee. I need to get another one, of course, but I finished off that one to get my home, which was nice. Opened the museum, and then when I used one of I tried to use a Nook Mile ticket every day. I hope that's what I'm meant to be doing, going out and digging up shrubs to plant back home, getting fruit to plant back at home, and basically just destroying an island to benefit my own. And sometimes there are characters on there and you can chat to them and invite them to come stay at your island, but you have to sort of chat to them twice to get them to come over, and I didn't realise this at this point, so I actually missed out on getting this character. Not sure what their name is, but I'm really sad because she sort of gave me the side eye and I think she would have been a great resident. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Caroline, I definitely did get to come live on my island. She's very, very cute and she lives here now. This is me playing my ocarina. I love my ocarina. I'm so glad that I got it. I have been stung by a wasp though, so it's probably not the prettiest scene. I do wish you could control what tune comes out, but hey ho, it sounds beautiful nonetheless. Okay, then I met Tabby and asked them to come stay, and they also live on my island too. Did some redecorating in my house. I still absolutely hate the inside of my house. I haven't been able to find a wallpaper I like. My flooring is okay. I'm currently with the wood flooring. It's alright. I hate all the wallpapers I've been sold. I just despise them. All the items I've got, they're alright. I've got an extra room on the back now, but I'm not happy with it. It's disgraceful. Planted some coconut trees on the beach by my home. They are now fully grown and lovely. And this is probably my favourite ever outfit. It's like a 70s all-in-one jumpsuit in pink. It's beautiful. Okay, then it was May Day. So I got my May Day ticket and I went over to the maze. Don't know if you guys remember this, but you basically had a maze that you had to sort of use your tools to get around. I immediately messed up with my axe, so I had to restart it, but I did manage to make it to the goal, which was great. I didn't get the extra little rock things on, or whatever they were, to the left as you first go in, but I did get everything else, so all in all it was pretty good. And I still haven't been able to catch a scorpion. They always catch me first. But I did catch a frog and a moth. Those moths are massive and very freaky how they sit on the trees. Also a ladybug. This was just a beautiful sky, great day for fishing and sitting. And the seagull came back, and finally Gulliver, there we go, that's his name. I managed to get him up and get my little task from him. You can kind of see the progression of my garden area. It's just random flowers, and I had real trouble digging with holes initially. I didn't realise you could just press B and kick them over, which is like saved my life. I actually figured that out by accident on my own. Red was finally here. I'd heard about this online, so this was me meeting Red. He was so freaky and untrustworthy looking, but I did buy my first painting and it was real, genuine article, so I was very happy about that. This was one of the wallpapers I got from that camel, whatever it is, that sells you them on the beach. It's pretty cool. It looks like you're looking out over office buildings, but it's not something I want to live with every day. What kind of wallpapers have you guys got? Because I'm going to be really jealous, whatever they are, but I'd love to know what your favourite wallpapers are in the game. I think this was where we were actually adding on an extension to the museum and celebrating that, and that's my first piece of art. I've got 2 pieces of art in there now, and I think I've been subject to 1 or 2 fakes. I've generally been pretty good at spotting them. Definitely easy when you know the painting, but there's a couple that have slipped by me. This was just me being very proud of myself that I managed to hit it consistently and catching a big fish. I did manage to get the oarfish, which you'll see later on, but that's so big. I was quite stuck. You can see on the map bottom right, I just could not get to Red's ship because I didn't have a ladder, and it was just on at the back on the beach and impossible to get to. There's like another level down and I just couldn't get round or down. I desperately needed ladders and I hadn't yet discovered that part of the game, so I couldn't get them. So I did go online and Phantom very kindly helped me out with some ladders. Made some recycled boots, how wonderful. Also got a bird, but I feel really bad for it because it's in the smallest cage ever, so I'm probably going to get rid of that bird so I don't have to look at it and feel bad. Yeah, and then I went to Phantom's Island, and my goodness, if you want to see a good island, go to Phantom's Island. It's incredible, and I just love that. At first when I went, she was AFK, and I just love that she's got little signs saying so. I found it incredibly cute. And it was definitely goals. Mine's not as organised. It's never going to be as organised as this. I was desperately trying not to run past the flowers, and I thought I was running the whole time, but actually that's just classed as walking, and you can actually run and it takes the heads off the flowers. I didn't know that at the time, so I was trying to be really, really respectful. And just as you fly over an island, it's just so incredible. And then Megs came, and she looks amazing. They both look amazing. And then Phantom, she'd just seen me leave, so I came back and she was back in the game. And she took us for a little tour around her museum, and it was just the most incredible time. It was hilariously funny at times and just super cute, and I was just giggling and having such a great experience, and it was just lovely to be with those guys. They gave me a couple of gifts. I got a welcome sign and a fire, and I definitely need to repay them for those because I had nothing at the time. I never even thought about it, so I'm not the best guest to have over. And you can see I've been chopping down trees because I was trying to, the area behind my house I'm trying to keep for oranges. Basically I've got different levels and different areas for different colours. So this area is orange, and then the level above, I can't actually remember, I think that's just green, so I was getting rid of everything and just leaving the trees. And then I've got an area over the right which is all red. Oh yeah, and so Phantom gave me the ladders, and I was able to get to Red's boat and buy some art. I also got a toilet, yay! An actual functional, to an extent, toilet. So then the game really started to beef out, and I had the store, and Nook's Cranny was built, and we had opening hours, which at the time I was kind of in the habit of waking up at like 7:30 or 7 and hopping on the game, and it's a bit distressing because nothing's open, but I don't mind it. It's kind of like I get everything done, and by the time I'm finished I'm ready to go to the store and it's just opening. And then Cobb gave me some reactions, so I started to have those. I met the Wisp, that was really fun, a nice task. It just started to beef out quite a lot at this point. I definitely feel like there's more going on in this game on a night time. It just seems to come alive and pop up loads of random things that you might not necessarily see otherwise. Then sort of bumped into the fashion lady, one of the Able sisters, I can't remember her name, at the shop, and I was told about turnips, which I was waiting for. I'm very, very happy about. And actually this was my first experience in Nook's Cranny, so it was just really cute seeing Timmy and Tommy follow me around, and I love the way they speak, like how one of them speaks and then the other one kind of mumbles it afterwards. It's so cute. I know I say cute way too much, but it's a nice word, so how can you really say a nice word too much? I tend to not buy too much. I mean, I did buy like pink wrapping paper and a flamingo and all those kind of things that I really liked, but I only really spend my money in this on home items that I need or that kind of thing for the island, and fashion things. Definitely spend a lot on the fashion. So I picked a new spot for a bridge. This was my first bridge, just a regular log bridge that goes over. So basically I've got the part of the island where my home is that's completely residential, plus the wherever it's called where Tom, Nook and Isabella is, and maybe this is the town hall or something, and then the museum behind that. The rest is completely residential. Then you go over this bridge and it becomes commercial. So you've got Nook's Cranny and then the fashion shop, the Able Sisters shop, I don't know, I forget what it's called. The theme on the residential area is multicolours, so there's multicoloured plants of all kinds and trees. And then on the commercial bit, it's all white, so everything's white on there. It may not be in these photos yet, but that's where it's getting to. I've definitely achieved that, I just need to bulk it up a bit. And I have placed homes, so I've got Cobb, I did have Fleur, she decided to leave. I've got Caroline, I've got quite a few people you'll probably see in here. Please do let me know who you've got down in the comments. Another boho outfit, love. And my bridge is now up, awesome. Again, stung by wasps. Tried to sell my fake art, wasn't happening, so now I've got 2 fake pieces of art in my home, how wonderful. Don't know if there's anything else you can do with those. So maybe give them to residents. I don't know how happy they'd be about that. Finished off paying another home loan. Awesome. And now he wants this. This is the one I'm actually still trying to pay. I'm about halfway there, but I'm probably going to spend a lot of it on turnips tomorrow. But I should think by the time I get to next weekend, I'll make it back in profit. No problem. And this was my first visit by the turnip lady. I just hate her snotty nose. It makes me want to throw up. Daisy May. Yeah, give that, whatever she is, a tissue. This was my first turnip purchase. It wasn't the biggest, but I got some. I only made a profit, and that's the main thing. I then met Harv. I don't really see the point in Harv's Island. I guess it's just for photos. Felt a little bit strange going over to this weird dog thing's island and like running into his basement. Because he said I can take photos down there with my friends. It just feels a little bit strange. But I was very trusting. But yeah, I turned straight around because that seller looked like I was about to get murdered. Needless to say, I haven't been back. This is when the fashion journey really began. When she started selling on the lawn and I put the tailor shop in, I got my wardrobe, and the amount of fashion I have in there is ridiculous. If you can call it fashion. I caught a wasp, I learned the shocked reaction, Flo got a cold and I gave her some medicine. I thought that was a nice cute little thing to do, I guess. And then the Able Sisters opened their tailor shop. Opens from 9, which again is annoying, but I do try to I do go there every day. Today's probably the only day that I haven't bought too much. I only bought a pair of socks, but usually it's pretty cool. The resident services went from a tent to a permanent building, and I particularly love this outfit as well. I think it looks cute. Tabby came and moved in, put the shop down next to Nook's Cranny. We had the celebration for Nook's Cranny and for the Able Sisters tailor shop. I caught my first clownfish along with another dad joke. I really also, like, looking back on these, I realised I would like to create my own designs. I think that would be a really fun thing to do. So I'm definitely going to do that. There's so much to do in this game. You can literally do as little or as much as you want, basically. And then the fashion started to go downhill. I think the choice that I was given, the choices were just so vast that I just end up going with the most crazy of outfits. Got a good turnip price that day, and I did open my gates for it, but nobody came. But then I didn't know about turnip exchange at that point. Such a noob. I caught my first orchid mantis. I thought that was really beautiful. I didn't even know that was a thing. Always learning. And this is like progression in my garden of just planting everything I come home with from other islands, just not other people's islands, but the Nooks, Miles Islands, and just randomly planting them in my garden at the moment and just creating a lovely colourful space. I've also got my fence around there and around the house next door. I haven't bought any more fencing, but I have those two fenced in and it's becoming quite a nice area. My area has a beach and a bit of lake. It now currently has a bridge as well, so it's the nicest area, I would say. I thought this was funny. Caught a man-first stink bug. Reminds me of my uncle. Then Isabel moved in as part of resident services, and apparently we want KK slider, okay, and we celebrated that. And then Caroline gave me the sadness reaction. Thanks so much. This was me getting loads of money on an island, which I thought would be a great photo, and just cute things happening. The little blue thing's so cute. I can't remember their name, but it's so cute. Look at the jumper. It's a little Christmas jumper. What are you doing? It's so cute. Blathers just being eccentric as always. And then this was me setting up my island tune. I love that you can do this. So I made it the Sims. Is it from The Sims 3? This tune, I think it is. It was just the first Sims tune that came into my head that I thought, yeah, that would be cool. Now it plays every time I speak to someone or when the bells chime hourly. This is the tune I get. I love it. I also made my flag thinking that the grid lines would disappear when I put it up there, but they didn't, and I didn't realise. I shared it on Twitter. It's very embarrassing, and I still haven't fixed it. But yeah, it's the rachybop logo, even though my island's called Flammabob, so it makes no sense. But I guess she just wanted the R from the rachybop logo over there. I think I'm going to change it, but I'm not sure what to. We'll see. I then got my very own campsite. Caroline was worried about my sting. It's fine, I get stung all the time. Don't worry, Caroline. I think this was my most favourite outfit of all time. I absolutely adore it. Such an explorer. And here we're channeling Jamiroquai, the girly balloon version. This hat was a mistake. And Fleur singing outside the town hall. Very, 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 very cute. This is my turnip purchase. This was actually last weekend, so I got a lot of turnips. There's like 100 in each bunch there. And one of the bunches had like 40, so like 940, something like that. And I have managed to sell them for a profit right just now, but it was a real stress. I also placed a lighthouse, which I got from the Nook store, the Nook Miles store. It's yellow. I kind of wanted to place it in the yellow areas. This is why it's on this rock. The area where my campsite is, which is the bottom right of the map, as you can see, is all yellow flowers. So that's why my yellow lighthouse has gone there. I don't know if this vibe is going to work, but I'm hoping it works out and looks pretty. Then got the distressed reaction, which I needed because my island is currently rated at 1 star. I'm working on that. I kind of expected it to be, I don't know, I kind of thought I'm going to go to Isabel and she's going to say I've got like quite a high amount of stars initially, but she didn't. I started at 1 star. Never mind. I've also been doing the stamp rally, but I gave up after 3 days. I have got all the stamps and multiple plaques, some which I've given to my residents, but I'm not gonna be doing it every single day. It's just a little bit repetitive. I don't know if you guys feel the same, and this gives you a little glimpse into my museum. I think the fossil section's coming on really nicely. In fact, everything apart from the art section is good, and no matter what I put on, these able sisters say I look great, so I'm pretty sure they're lying at this point. I then had my night of shooting stars. Even though I'd had one before, I was actually told it was coming this time, and I met Celeste. I also met Kix the same day, who sold me some beautiful ballet shoes and some leggings. And then as day turned into night, I spent all night learning about the sky and wishing upon shooting stars and taking photos of it, so that the next morning there was just a ton of star fragments and also Taurus fragments on the beach, which was great. Also managed to get a piggy nose, which I'm currently wearing, and I love it, but I'm probably not going to keep it forever, but I do really love it. Got a nice signpost for when you get out the airport. You immediately get met with a signpost, which is not functional, but I think it looks great anyway. And I did film this because it was just a beautiful lightning storm. It was really quite a powerful lightning storm and just looked so atmospheric. And then we have the oarfish. Absolutely scared me to death when that came out. These glasses were definitely a mistake, but never mind. And also me shooting this gift out the sky was a mistake. But like a lot of you said on Twitter, at least you get an achievement for it falling in the water. And hopefully whatever was in that box I already had. We then celebrated the opening of the campsite. Even though it'd been open a while, I've kind of become a bit lax with celebrating. You can see some of my island residents here. I don't know if there's any benefit of celebrating things opening. I just don't know whether to bother keeping up with it, but I will do, I guess. And I also met Drago. So this was yesterday, so they've actually moved onto the island today. I need to remember to go and see them. But today, as it's Saturday, I had the last minute panic of trying to sell my turnips at a good price, as my turnip price was still very, very low. I have just got a predictor app so I can at least see when I need to check it, if that does work. And I've now had an experience of the turnip exchange, which was a very good experience, so I'm very, very glad. I went to a lovely person's island and it was not too bad a queue to get there. Sold them for 100 and something, made a nice little profit. She had a lovely island, it was very nicely set up. She didn't expect anything in return. I gave her a Taylor ticket because that's what I thought I could give that had a nice value to it. In exchange, I'd love to do island tour videos. If you guys would be interested in that, please do let me know. I think that'd be so cool to do tours of other people's islands because their islands are so much better than mine. And this one was really great. I feel like I'm very behind. I feel like my island is so far away from this, so I don't think I'm making like incredible progress, but hopefully I'm doing okay. I'd also love to do monthly check-ins again. I know this video has been quite long, hopefully it's been okay to watch, but please do let me know your thoughts down in the comments because I do so very much love this game and I love hearing your experiences about it too, so please let me know down in the comments all your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you again soon. Bye!